Welcome to Live, Breathe Yoga, a show dedicated to inspiring your practice and elevating your mind, body, and soul. Today on Case Study, we chat with Kate, one of our yoga demonstrators, and learn how to balance her doshas with lunaveda. On Strike a Pose, we look at postures to help build immunity. Don't forget to stay tuned for Yoga Bites, where we share our recipe of the day. We have a great show in store for you today, so stay connected for more Live, Breathe Yoga. Pranayama is a beautiful part of your yoga practice. It keeps you present and helps you expand your lungs, giving you space to move deeper into your postures. Surya Bedana Pranayama can be referred to as right nostril breathing or revitalizing breath. The right nostril represents physical energy and the body. Find a comfortable seated position, close your eyes, relax your body, and connect with the natural breath. Take your left hand to your knee. Close your left nostril with your index finger and middle finger of your right hand. Inhale from your right nostril. Close the right nostril with your right hand thumb. Exhale through the left nostril. This completes one round of Surya Bedana Pranayama. You can gradually do up to 20 rounds. The benefits of Surya Bedana include the increase of pranic and physical energy and revitalizes the body. It increases the efficiency of the digestive system, also boosts the nervous system, especially the sympathetic nervous system. Avoid doing this pranayama if you suffer from acidity, hypertension, or heart problems. Do not practice on the same day as its counterpart, Chandra Bedana. Hi everyone, welcome back. If you can recall, back in episode 6, I brought both Kate and Heather, our yoga demonstrators, on the show to talk about what their doshas were because we introduced Ayurveda. Well, this week we've brought back Karla Gomez de la Peña from Lunaveda in Montreal to chat with Kate about her doshas and how we can get them balanced. Thank you so much for being with us again, Karla.
Hi, I'm so glad to be back here. Thank you, Kaye, for inviting me. My last conversation with Heather was really great and a lot of fun, so I'm hoping to meet with Kate. So Kate, I just really would maybe like to get a look a little bit more at your body. Like, right, I can just see your bust right now from here to here. So if you could maybe stand up a little and I can take a look. Because normally, okay, that's great, thank you. Because normally when you see an Ayurvedic doctor or a practitioner, the practitioner would take your pulse and check your tongue and look at your eyes. So now that we're doing this on Skype, I can't really feel you from the physical aspect, and maybe as we go along with our conversation, I'll be able to decipher you a little bit more. One thing for sure is, let me ask you, how's your sleep at night?
I sleep pretty soundly. I don't get a lot of sleep sometimes, but I am able to sleep throughout the night.
So when you say you don't get a lot of sleep, does that mean that you have trouble falling asleep or that you wake up in the night many times?
No, I just tend to stay up really late and then I naturally wake up early without an alarm clock.
Without an alarm clock. Okay. Do you have a tendency is it easy for you to stay at one weight or do you fluctuate easily? You know, do you go, is it hard for you? Okay, put it this way. Is it hard for you to lose?
Kind of, yeah. Like I kind of just stay in the same spot no matter what I'm doing. But I think I can like fluctuate just like a few pounds up and down that pretty easily, but no like substantial difference I see really.
Okay, and do you constantly have like lots of thoughts flowing through your mind? Or do you keep a thought and like, hold on to it? Or is it like lots of thoughts happening like multiple times in the day?
I have lots of thoughts throughout the day all the time, but I can still hold on to all the things that I've been thinking about and then like come back to them. And yeah, I have a really intense memory when it comes to those kinds of things, so I can just constantly have stuff happening in my mind.
And do you have a temper?
Not like outwardly to other people, but I definitely like have a temper in my mind depending on what I'm thinking about.
So like you're harder on yourself than you are towards other people?
Yes.
Okay. How's digestion? Do you feel like it's easy for you to digest food, or does it take a long time? Do you feel like you're still, many hours later, you're still kind of like trying to work through lunch or something?
Digestion is pretty good, on average.
So you go to the toilet at least once a day?
Yes.
And it's on time, it's clockwork?
Not perfect clockwork. I don't really like keep track of it too much, but it is definitely every day, and then sometimes multiple times a day.
So do you ever go a couple of days without going at all? You go every day.
Very impressive. Just like the mother.
And what do you do for a living?
I work at a hardware store, I teach aerial yoga, and I sell merchandise for the Blue Jays.
And do you often get sick? Do you catch little bugs, little colds? Do you get like chest colds?
I don't get sick too often, but when I do get sick, it tends to last for a really long time. Yeah, and it's definitely usually in my chest and in my nose and in my throat, definitely. I have a lot of problems with my throat sometimes.
Does it quickly go to your throat first?
Yes, that's how I kind of notice that it's happening, is I feel my throat feel a little bit different.
Okay. Are you sure that you're Pitta Vata?
That's what the numbers said.
So when you did that test, did you do that test thinking about time now, or did you think that test thinking about what you're supposed to be like?
Well, I didn't really know what I was supposed to be like, so I was just answering the questions as they were coming to me.
So you're answering like current, like you're answering now, like how you feel now and stuff like that. Okay, so it could be because when I look at your body is not a Vata body. It's you kind of a little bit of Kapha, a little bit of Pitta. Your hair's pretty thick, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I can see that your teeth they're pretty big, but they're a little bit, they're not straight.
No, they are not.
I don't know. I would kind of say you're Kapha, you're like a Kapha Pitta, and maybe you're Vata high. Maybe you did the test, your Vata is high. So if you're Vata, because if you're, right, when you do the test, it's an emotional, physical, and mental gauge of how you are. It's like a holistic vision of you, right? So those tests are meant to kind of help a person when you're looking at it, kind of think of themselves, what they're doing. The Ayurvedic practitioner doesn't really need that test. That test is more for you guys. The test is more for you to kind of realize, the emotional, something traumatic happens to you, it's going to come out in a physical and mental way. That's just the way the body works, and vice versa. If something physical happens to you, it'll come out maybe mentally in a mental aspect, or come out in an emotional way. So we three of them, right? So there's a space for everything. So Vata is the air and creativity. Pitta is the fire and determination, and Kapha is more earthy and loving. So for me, from what I see for you, I don't see that much Vata in you, because Vata would mean that you're constipated, that you don't go regularly to the bathroom. You would wake up very often in the night at the same time every night. It would be hard for you to fall back asleep, but you're not really demonstrating any of those things, right? Like your thing is more, like the Kapha in you is maintaining your body weight all the time. The Pitta is giving you is also the determination, but the Kapha is holding you there. For example, if your Vata is really high, something that would come through would be that you're having trouble concentrating or focusing on something. Like that's a Vata issue. A Pitta issue would be something like maybe you have a rash and it's very itchy and it's hot. So that would be something you'd have to take care of. And in a Kapha instance, it would be maybe your weight would be an issue for you, or maybe it would be hard for you to kind of resolve emotions. So you would kind of keep emotions inside you and you want to kind of release them, but it's hard for you, right? So is there something along those lines that something is want to kind of fix or change, or I don't know, I'm not sure. Do you understand?
Yeah, probably my skin then, actually.
Well, I see that you have a little bit of a little outbreak on your chest. Yeah. So that would be a sign of Pitta. That's definitely could be related. And also perhaps just because you do have jobs, right?
Yeah. That'll do it.
Is there something in your life that's maybe bringing you more stress than anything else?
Probably just all of the different things that take my time throughout the day.
Do you feel like you're rushing a lot in your day?
Yeah. Yeah, depending on the day, but yes.
Is that something that you think you'd like to change?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, so, well, definitely I would say if there's got to be a little something going on there, a little cheat sheet somewhere. Because the skin thing happens, it's really coming out from, it's a Pitta thing for sure. You know, it's got to be something that maybe on the emotional side that you're keeping in, or like I mentioned, just stress of some kind. But if you are experiencing some outbreak, then there's got to be something that's happening for you to have that. You know, like it wouldn't come for no reason. So you might want to kind of think about what that could be. And you could get back to me if you don't. I mean, it could be personal, so you don't have to answer right away. Pitta people hide their feelings really well. So that could be something to think about. Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't really see your Vata coming out anywhere. It's really your Pitta that's kind of throwing me.
Do you have 3 suggestions for Kate to maybe help her come out of her shell a little bit, to discover what other things that she can do to balance her doshas?
Well, one thing you could definitely do is I would retake that test, and I would do it in 2 different ways. I would do it thinking of the test when you were a little girl, and do the test when you are, you know, and don't answer those questions thinking of like, oh, I'm usually like this. You have to be really honest with yourself and ask yourself the question: do I really have a temper? Do I not have a temper? Am I this? Am I that? Like, answer it today. What are you doing today? Today, did you have a bad day today? Answer the questions like that, you know? And then you're gonna get a clear answer. And then when you do the younger version, that's what you're practicing. That's what you're born with. That's who you are. So you then want to try and balance it. You want to kind of gravitate back to what you were originally. That's the goal of Ayurveda, is to find the balance from when you were born, because you have a little bit of your mom and a little bit of your dad and a little bit of what some people want to think of, either God or Buddha or the universe, whatever that higher power is for you. That's what you are when you're born. And that's who you are supposed to be, right? So then along the lines, if you have things that happen to you, either to be traumatic or emotional, or maybe you moved 15 times because your father or a company kept relocating him, you'll have all these things will affect your original dosha, and it'll change the way that you are now. So the point is to try and gravitate back to the original version of you. It's really important. And that's who you really are, and that's where your purpose in life comes from that, right? So that's the main goal of Ayurveda, and that's to find that balance. So I would redo the test for sure. I would actually maybe do a little bit of journaling as number 2. Write down, try and keep track of what it is that you would want to do in your days. Like if there's things that are bothering you, write those down. Because oftentimes a Pitta person won't want to accept or even talk about what is bothering them. Like they're really good at hiding their feelings, right? So sometimes it's hard to express yourself the way that you like to, because maybe you're not even in tune with yourself like that, you know? So just write down a journal, keep a journal, write down some things in there daily, and try and keep in tune with your emotional side. And then number 3, let's see, for you, I would say you have a lot of things going on. So if you're happy with doing all those 3 things, then continue with that. But if there's something that you'd like to let go or you'd like to change, I would try and think what it is that I really would be rather doing now instead of doing all those jobs that are kind of keeping you at, kind of a little bit scattered in work mode. So that way, for me, it's kind of like just trying to get in tune with yourself a little bit and figure out some things. And I'm not saying that you're not in tune. It's just that I'm having a little difficulty trying to get to the root. So that's the main thing for me. I don't know if that's helping you in any way, but I hope so.
From hearing what you're saying, Karla, it actually makes a lot of sense because earlier Kate was saying that when she gets sick, it's her throat first. So that's your throat chakra, your form of expression. So Karla's suggesting for you to start journaling sounds like an amazing plan for you to start opening up and balancing out your dosha. So it's not necessarily what you're consuming, it's also what you're doing in your life to help balance out your doshas. You're so beautiful. She's getting a little teary-eyed.
A good thing to do for the throat chakra is lavender or essential oil. A lot of people think that lavender is only for relaxing, but it's actually the oil of communication. So it would really help you a lot to try and kind of sort that out. And actually, the throat is a vata. Is a part of the dosha. So there's your vata. Found it. Yeah. So that's what happens when either you aren't saying enough, your throat gets constricted, or when you've said too much, it could also happen the same way, right? So it all comes down to the throat. You need to figure that out.
Okay, thank you so much again for joining us, Karla.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much, Kaye.
And coming up after the break, we're going to see a little bit more in Strike a Pose. Stay with us. Hey guys, welcome back. When seasons change, sometimes we need a little extra help to fight off colds and flu. In today's episode, we're going to look at postures that you can connect to help build your immunity. You'll notice as we move through the postures that the movements will help build circulation in your lymphatic system. To start, we're going to bring the girls to their feet, coming into their first posture, standing at the center of the mat, coming into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. With your toes together, heels slightly apart, inhale, lengthen your spine, reach your fingertips up. On your exhale, come into a forward fold. Now in your forward fold, you can see already that their heart is above their head. When they're in this posture, you're finding lengthening your spine. You're giving yourself a little bit of time to spend here so that you can start to bring movement through circulating in your lymph node. From here, lengthen your spine, inhale, arms up. And in coming back up into an upright position, the gravity will help you draw the lymph nodes, draw that circulation through your lymph nodes as you would need to. Next up, I'm going to bring the girls to the top of the mat to come into Humble Warrior. To connect with Humble Warrior, step back with your left foot, coming into Warrior 2 to begin with. So Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2, lunging into your right knee, fingertips stretching forward and back, pressing on the outer edge of both feet. Now from here, reach your hands behind your back and clasp your fingertips. Draw your knuckles to the earth, inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, draw your right shoulder towards your right knee as you draw your knuckles up to the sky. Notice in this posture that there is action happening at the hip area, your groin area, and your armpit areas where a lot of your lymph nodes reside. So bringing movement into these spaces will help increase the circulation through your lymphatic system. So noticing Knuckles up to the sky, they're fully engaged, connecting with slow, deep inhales, lengthened exhales. Now gently inhale, come back to an upright position. We're gonna pivot to the opposite side, giving each side the love that it needs, lunging into your left knee, finding length, inhale, and on your exhale, taking your left shoulder towards your left knee. And observing your alignment here, pressing into all 3 points of both feet, knuckles to the sky, and you can almost see the difference from side to side. You're bringing movement into your armpits, bringing life into your groin area. Then inhale back up into an upright position. From here, I'm gonna get the girls to step to the top of the mat once again. And we're gonna connect now with Hanumasana monkey pose. So stepping back with your right foot, take your right knee down to the earth. Heel toe your left foot forward slightly and draw your left knee over your heel, taking your hands to your knees to start, finding length in your spine, inhale. On your exhale, slowly start to reach your hands up, inhale deeply, exhale, reaching your hands back. You can clasp your hands if you wish, drawing your fingertips towards the sky. Pressing into the top of your back foot will alleviate a little bit of that pressure in your back knee. And you can see already that movement in the hips, the movement in the arms, under the armpits. Finding time with your breath, slow deep inhales, lengthened exhales, really giving yourself some time to connect with these postures, connecting with that flow through your lymphatic system. And gently from here, take your hands down to the earth, step back into a downward dog. We'll give the opposite side same love. Stepping forward with your left foot, or right foot rather. They were listening to me, but I said it wrong. Gently from here, taking your hands to your knees, finding length in your spine, and slowly start to reach your hands up. You can either clasp your hands or keep your hands free and just reach those fingertips back as you pull from the center of your chest up to the sky, really connecting. And you can almost see even on this side, with a little bit more of a better vantage point, how much deeper they're able to connect with that movement in their groin area. Slow, deep inhales, lengthened exhales. And gently taking your hands down to the earth, step back into a downward dog. Now the next posture that we're going to connect with is locust pose. So from here, you're gonna hinge forward and chaturanga all the way down to the earth, getting your chest to the earth, and Kate can hinge back just so that she can have her forehead on her mat. Gently taking your hands down to your sides. From here, lift your forehead and your chest, lift your legs, draw your heels together, and you can see the pressure that's being applied into their hips, into the earth. Again, the pressure will be applied, and once they come out of the posture, the circulation will start to move through their lymphatic system, their lymph nodes at their groin area. And gently release. Now, if you'd like to go deeper into this posture, bend your knees. You can connect with Dhanurasana, bow pose. So bending your knees, hold on to the outsides of your feet, gently kicking back into your hands, shine your heart forward, and you can also find a gentle rock back and forth to get that movement into your groin area. If this posture is difficult to connect with for you, simply connect to locust pose, which is the pose we just did before this, and that's perfect for bringing that movement into your groin area for your lymphatic system. And gently release. Now from here, take your hands underneath your shoulders, palms to the earth, and hinge back into child's pose. Now with any posture that you're connecting with to bring movement through your lymphatic system, you want to be able to have counter postures so that you're applying pressure, releasing pressure, bringing gravity down, bringing gravity up, depending on where you place your head and your heart. And right now you're seeing that with all that pressure that was applied to the groin area and underneath their arms, now they're going in the opposite direction, closing up their hip area, reaching their arms forward. And again, just take your time through your postures. Observe your breath, observe your body. And gently from here, coming into a seated position, walking your hands towards you. And these are just a few of the postures that you can connect with to build your immunity, especially around this time of year when it's really easy to catch a cold, catch the flu. I want to thank Heather and Kate for joining me today. Coming up next, we're gonna check in with the winner of our Live Breathe Yoga contest, Deanna Rose. Stay with us. everyone. Deanna Rose was the winner of our Live Breathe Yoga contest. She began her yoga sessions with me last week. Let's check in on her progress. Keep up the great work, Deanna. Up next, Yoga Bites. Chandra, moon. Have you ever tried this lovely new breakfast craze called overnight oats? I did last week and it was delicious. Layer the ingredients in a mason jar, twist the lid shut, shake well, then set overnight in the refrigerator. You will have created a beautiful breakfast parfait. Sprinkle on your garnish and enjoy. Nom nom nom. Your tummy will thank you. If you have a favorite recipe or if there is a holistic or Ayurvedic technique that you'd like us to try it on the show, feel free to share it with me on my Facebook page or you can tweet it out to me. We have so much more to share with you in our show next week, so please stay connected for more Live, Breathe Yoga. Namaste.